Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. What a great kid. Seriously.
I
He was
know.
an amazing kid, and you don't really see that many kids out there who are just so outspoken like that, but in a proper way, right? So we're going to keep that theme going with great, talented people here from our city. And of course, like we've been focusing on all this week, is the MARTY Awards are taking place on May 13th, and everybody's very excited for that, to hand out the awards. All the awards are polished and ready to be handed out. We're pleased to be joined two people who are nominated for an award. We're Carson, Freeman, Davor, Jordanovski. Thank you so much for being on our show. You're both here. You're both nominated. So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
And let's talk a little bit about what you're nominated for and how it feels to be nominated as well.
Oh, it feels great, and it came as a surprise to me personally. I never expected this, but I'm nominated in a couple of categories as a Volunteer of the Year and as an Emerging Artist of the Year, which is kind of really cool.
Awesome. And Carson, you're actually nominated for different ones?
For the established artist.
Established
Mississauga,
artist.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Now, have you worked together at all?
Yeah.
All right. What did you work together on?
Few projects. We played on Rob Tardick's CD. He's also a Mississauga musician, and
Rob Tardick, I think he was on our show actually.
he's been on the show.
Yeah.
And Davor has a recording studio called Big Bang Recording Studios. He can tell you more about that. But that's where we recorded the whole project. So, and we've performed in LA and all over the city, and yeah, we've been around.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your starts actually. I'm sure like working up to this point was a lot of hard work. How did you know you had a fit for this?
Actually, my parents kind of figured it out when one day I was coming back from school and I was carrying my bag up front here and doing this. And so they thought, oh, well, maybe we should buy him an accordion and see give me a pick. And actually they did. And my first instrument was an accordion.
Awesome.
So, but after a short while, I was getting tired doing this.
Yeah, you're like, I don't like
so
this accordion anymore.
this looks much more slicker
Yes.
and easier. And then there was the switch. And ever since, private lessons, music school, eventually university, and now professional. So
That's amazing.
Are there
I
any
love it.
similarities between an accordion and playing the piano?
well, I guess the key is on the right hand, yes. And it
little
depends
bit?
on what kind of accordion you're playing. There's all the button style. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you.
Not too many similarities, just that they both have keys. Kind of. Yeah.
Right.
What about yourself, Carson? How did you get started?
I liked the sound of the saxophone, so I started playing it in high school.
Right.
And I started playing it about, I would say I played it 3 hours a day almost, and just loved playing it. And then it just led to playing in the school band. We won a lot of awards in high school. I grew up in Northern Ontario, north of Sudbury. And that was an encouragement to keep practicing and kind of validating the music that I was playing and listening to. So.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, can we maybe give the viewers a little bit of an idea of what your music sounds like, what you've been working on?
Oh, it just
How do you
sounds
describe
terrific. It's just,
Amazing.
just fab.
That's good that you believe that, so it's good.
Is it kind of like a jazzy feel?
Yeah.
Or, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's the best you've ever heard. Instrumental music, a lot of cool grooves, and a lot of awesome sax.
Well, honestly, it's just contemporary jazz music. So we're taking some of the more modern styles, but we're playing them in an instrumental context. I'd like the music to be accessible for anyone to listen to, of course, but there still has to be some artistic substance to keep us entertained as well while we're
Right.
playing. So.
Of course, especially when you're participating in these types of award ceremonies, right? The Martys are quite on top of making sure the right people get the right awards. What do you think about the city when it comes to being artistically driven and everybody who's involved in that?
I think what Mississauga does for the arts, it's amazing, and I think it's uncomparable with what the other cities. Not to diss anyone, but it's just been great, and what seeing the new stage being built next to the library and how all of that's going to look like. I think
Yeah, at City Hall.
At the
I know
City
it's going
Hall,
to look
yeah.
amazing there.
It's
Very
going to
amazing.
be beautiful, and we're actually looking forward to performing on that stage in July this year. So
Yeah.
Wow.
together with Carson, so and Rob Tardick that we mentioned. So,
Linda and everybody at the Mississauga Arts Council are just great. The staff there, the first time I walked in there, they knew who I was. And it's not because I'm a celebrity or a household name. They're just very in tune with who the arts community
Artists are,
is. Port Credit, I actually just bought a house in Port Credit. But if you walk down the strip there, there's live music every night of the week, and it's well supported. So,
Yep.
there's a lot of places in Canada that have an arts community. Almost everyone does, but to have the support of people coming out to hear the arts, that's what's important.
Right. It's a musical-driven city, that's for sure.
It definitely is. And do you find it easier to actually find other musicians to work with when you're in such a musical city like that? How did you two meet?
We met through Rob,
Yeah.
didn't we? Yes,
Yeah.
through Rob Tardik. Well, actually, Rob was looking for a keyboard player, and through his next door neighbor, got a hold of me, and he came to my studio, and we started jamming together, and that was 3 years ago for the Canadian Smooth Jazz Awards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I went to the rehearsal, and there was this guy, and ever since we're kind of best buddies. So.
Yep.
And now you both are MARTY Award nominees, and that's something I've noticed with a lot of musicians. Like when they explain how they met each other and all that, it always ends up, oh, I heard it through this person, and we got together and we just started rocking out. And usually, is that a click that happens between musicians? I mean, like, is it either a yes or a no right from the get-go?
Yeah, usually there's no shortage of talent, but it's the personalities that come together.
Right.
We get along really well. And also on that list of nominees, we know a lot of the other nominees, and we respect the work they're doing. Sometimes we're not going to collaborate because the styles and genres are different.
Yeah.
But there's I mean, if we don't win, someone is going to win who's well deserving, you know. So it's just good to be in that company. So.
Now, how important is it to have MARTY Awards in our own community and recognize all this talent that we have? I mean, so many other cities don't have anything like that.
Exactly.
As an artist, I think it's really important because it's your neighborhood, right? It's where you live. It's your peers, and just to be recognized by your own peers, it means a lot. You know, most of the time that's the force that's driving us as artists to keep going and creating, and just to, you know, it's good to have like a measure to see where you are, and you know, if you're not quite there, then you keep pushing and pushing until you get your best out.
Right.
So.
And you have to start, you know, at the roots, support your local talent, and then they'll eventually blow up into something national, right?
Well,
I mean,
there's always a beginning. There's always a beginning. So after the MARTY Awards, and hopefully you're going to win anyways, or after you win, let's say, what's next for the two of you?
Well, we have big plans. Well, I'm working on my third album at the time. Hopefully it should be done by the summer. Carson's going to be part of that too, and we're working on Carson's album as well, and hopefully I'm going to be
Hint, and nudge, nudge, just letting you know.
We're actually working together on both, so yeah, looking forward to that. And there's a lot of gigs lined up for the summer with Rob Tardik and another person.
So we got that, and we got that on the new stage at City Hall at downtown as well, and you'll be participating in that as well, Carson. Oh, thank you so much for the both of you for being on our show. Really appreciate it. Good luck as well at the MARTY Awards. And again, the MARTY Awards take place on May 13th at the Living Arts Center. There are still tickets available. Check it out. Stay tuned.